Alright, making hoe cakes. And these are basically just cornmeal pancakes. And they're much easier to make than regular pancakes. It's just 1 cup of cornmeal. I usually use weight, but for this, I think just rough estimates are good. I think this is like 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And it's not super exact again. And 3/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 egg. And I believe this is 3/4 cups of water, if I remember correctly. And I just stir all this together, and because there's no wheat flour, there's no gluten, so you could mix this all you want until it's smooth. And I mixed this quite early because my cornmeal is quite coarse and I wanted it to absorb from the water. And you could add some canned corn, just drain it if you want, and I just add some. And this first batch, I should have made the pans a little bit hotter and maybe added a tiny bit more peanut oil because it sticked a little bit, but they were still quite good. They developed brown, sort of not like a heavy crust, but it was brown on both sides, and the middle is more dense than a pancake, but it's got that nice corn flavor. I think I prefer these hoe cakes over regular pancakes, and maybe even French toast. It's not as good as waffles, but this is extremely easy to make. And you almost never see it at diners or restaurants, at least the ones I've been to. And the first batch flip was pretty rough, but it still held together decently well. And I think you're supposed to make them small like this, but I usually just make big ones. And I try to flip them onto a part of the pan that has oil left over. And they only cook 2 minutes aside-ish. If they're a little bit thicker, go 3 minutes. And I plate them. And actually this first batch, this is a lot more than I thought it was going to be, so I saved this first batch for dinner. And then I eat the newer batch for breakfast. And this time I let the pans heat a little bit more. And I add a tiny bit more peanut oil, and this was much easier. And the second pan, I just said screw it, and I made just one big one like I usually do. Yeah, this was a much easier flip. And I served with a couple of eggs, and I actually pre-made some bacon, which I kept warm in my toaster oven. And oh, I served the eggs with Tabasco, and I add some butter on the hoe cakes. I finally used this unused maple syrup that I've kept in my fridge for I don't know how long. Should eventually use it up. Because I love the cornmeal flavor. I mean, I like grits and polenta, so if you do too, this is a nice, easy breakfast item to make that still feels special. I haven't been to a diner in a while, but yeah, I thought I already uploaded me making this, but apparently I tried to search for it and I don't see it, so I thought I would record this. Um, Hope you enjoyed watching, and have a nice rest of your day.